Evening, Statto.
Good evening.
I see you've got your popcorn
I'm ready to go.
ready to go. Yeah, this is
Snuck it in a bag.
yeah, that's the best way to do it. It's dead expensive in here.
Well, the drink tipped over in the bag, so the popcorn's a little
Soggy corn.
off to a great start.
Yeah, I've got.
Oh, did you bring a bottle in?
Yeah, I made myself a zombie before the show.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's like dark rum. It's white rum. Didn't have any lime juice. Didn't have any pineapple juice, but I did have ice. So that's pretty much.
Oh.
So it's basically just a double rum I'm having.
Oh.
But it's not bad. A bit of Coke.
It's kind of like making a pizza and all you have is cheese.
Yeah. I was going to make a zombie, and then I realised I needed some grenadine to put in it as well. And I'm like,
no, all you need to do is drink the bottle.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, I should have had it. Like you reminded me just before we started what we were watching almost a year ago from now.
November 26th last year, we watched Dracula in Istanbul. So I've tried to forget.
It was so good that we've waited a year before we did this again.
I needed recovery time.
Yeah, but here we are. We've got another one. Let's see how it goes.
Look at that wonderful chat there.
I know. Before I dive the chat, I want to let everybody know that, as per usual, when we do something like this and I'm streaming video, I might disappear at some point, but Statto will take care of you until I come back.
Awkwardly as possible.
Yeah. So you can do a question time for Statto or something like you did last time, didn't it?
It's story time, boys and girls.
Story time. Right. So, hello there, Dave. All right, me babbers, indeed. And Pete, ahoy. Michael McCartney. Good evening, Mr. McCartney. And Adams is with us. Hey, Adams. Yeah. Okay. So, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do another wee watch along. Tell us if the volume's too high on the show and you can't hear us or whatever. We'll probably just blather about stuff as it goes on. Maybe start talking about Bela Lugosi movies and that kind of stuff. As you know, we are world experts on everything. And what we don't know, you guys know, and you can fill us in on. There's Dillard Draws.
Here for a story.
Yeah.
It's story time.
Story time. Howdy indeed, Mr. Draws.
I saw this one back when I was a kid. It was on some late night feature with commercials. So it's almost like, I remember bits and pieces, but it's almost like I'm watching it again for the first time, which is awesome. It's a readily available film. You can find it just about anywhere on YouTube, on other sites. It's in those like 100 monster movie packs.
Yep, and we've already got 3 copyright claims against the video uploaded for us to watch.
Really?
Hail there on Comics. Thanks for joining us.
So much for public domain.
I've battled back 2 of them already.
Oh boy.
Oh, there we go. That's maybe a bit too low.
We need to watch some silent movies so they can't do that.
Yeah. You know, the really weird thing was it was other companies that had used it in their documentaries and doing stuff like this that were
probably used this print or something like that.
Yeah, cheeky.
I tried. Hello, AGB.
I tried my hardest to find a print that I could use. I'm pretty sure there's one I can use. Thanks for joining us, Angie. You can keep us straight on the facts for Bela Lugosi. I like this trailer. I watched this trailer and I thought, maybe we should watch this.
This was at least a movie he didn't have to play second fiddle to Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
Being as frustrated as he was getting second billing. What? We got a live icon in the corner.
Yeah. YouTube is, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us anyway, Jacobus.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. YouTube does its own thing. It is what it is. It makes you tremble, shiver, and shake.
YouTube's world, we just screaming in it.
Tell you what, that zombie's getting to me.
Ah, yes. White Zombie, 1932. This one's a little bit less Night of the Living Dead and a little more Serpent in the Rainbow.
Yeah. This was pretty cool. This was Bela giving blood for the war.
Or is this a short?
Yeah.
Oh, you got his cookie? Whatever that is, looks like a Rice Krispie treat. Donut? Must be a donut.
They say it's a donut, but it's an awfully wee donut.
He doesn't like it.
Yeah.
You know? Nope.
Yeah. Oh, I had no idea what this is. I wonder what this is.
Pre-film entertainment.
If anybody doesn't know what this is, there is a link to my webpage at the bottom of the YouTubes down in the comments, and it will take you to links to the campaign for Elsa Dark, which looks quite good in black and white.
How come you don't have a Coke commercial like all the rest of the movies do?
Yeah, I know. Let's just say I put this together really quickly.
It was back then, so it would have been like, and yes, it uses real cocaine, pure, uncut, addictive.
Yeah. It was indeed a donut, I believe. Yeah.
Well, he dipped it in the coffee, so I'm like, donut.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking I should do the next book in black and white now, looking at that.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Liking it.
I'm liking it.
I don't know, man. Black and white it's a harder sell.
Black and white's the new color.
Is it? Not to me. Red and blue is the new color.
I don't care about selling books.
Well,
I'm doing it for the love of comics.
I'm going to take a drink.
You know what I'm going to join you? I'm going to drink my zombie, which is really just a double rum.
Imaginary zombie, that's what it's called.
Oh, yeah. I believe the first zombie movie, the first genuine zombie movie, White Zombie.
Love a good black and white book. Oh, I was thinking he was talking like a prose book. I'm like, usually that's all they come in.
This is the old British Board of Film Censors before they called themselves classification, when they actually owned up to being censors. And we had back then, I say we, I wasn't born, but we had the H. So H for, of course, you're eternal.
Of course.
The H for horror certificate, and kids just weren't allowed to watch these movies. They went for a few years before they went to the X.
Speaking of X's, Lugosi had a few of those.
He did.
He did have himself some marriages.
Yeah. I mean, his first wife, she left him and went back home because her father said, get back here, or something like that. He had to flee, because he's born in Romania, had to flee Romania. Because he was involved in the unions and that kind of stuff for the actors union, but when after the revolution, and it was the wrong kind of commies that got in power, so he had to flee the country.
It wasn't like Mark.
No, I think it was like he was the wrong kind of socialist. Something like that, anyway. I don't know. I wasn't going to go. I can't remember my Romanian history.
Oh, look, it's Castle Grayscale.
Hey. Boom. I thought I could print this for being so old, isn't it?
That there's Madge Bellamy, not to be confused with Bill Bellamy, no relation.
No.
She was a heck of a star in the silent era, and then when talkies came, like many actors, she kind of fell out, and then had a whole bunch of scandals. Didn't have a voice for talkies. Sadly.
Some people would have said neither did Bela Lugosi, but I completely disagree.
What's that?
Some people might have said even Bela Lugosi didn't have the voice for talkies, but I completely disagree.
Well, I mean, he had a great voice. It was just that accent limited him.
He did. That's the thing. So he should have had a career where he went on to play like a distinguished sort of like European gents in like movies, musicals, all kinds of things. Supporting roles, but that never happened, unfortunately.
No, he reminds me a lot of what's his name? Peter Stormare. You know that guy? He was like the Russian in Armageddon.
Oh, right, yeah.
That dude only gets to be like greasy mid-European guy or something because of his accent. He's just generalized European.
Well, there's for the first shot of his eyes. They use that a lot. That's kind of pretty cool. Pretty well done.
That's cool.
this is like, because this is all the kind of like the feel and the hallmarks of a Universal film, but it wasn't a Universal film, but it has that kind of feel to it.
RKO, right?
I think they'd released it. Were the first ones to release it, but I might be wrong. It ended up with United Artists.
Okay. Yep.
At some point. It's one of these ones that's kind of like it's out a few different hands and it's out of copyright.
Right.
I think for the very start, it was one of these things. Columbia, I think it was Columbia Studios, and then United Artists. There might have been more. It's always had rights problems.
So a nice early example of critics thinking it sucked, but still bringing in a bunch of money from the audiences.
Yeah, and they put an advert in the papers as well. And it was one of these cartoons where the critics with their noses up in there, and it said, when their noses turned up, business turned up too.
Right.
Pointing out that it was a big success. Yeah.
I think another thing that, another thing that that kind of handicapped Lugosi is the fact that he didn't like, the makeup stuff. Like, that's why he turned down Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And, that, so you've got his face. And I mean, I think maybe his name, it sort of helped him and hurt him at the same time. Because studios were keeping him on because that's Bela Lugosi, that's a name, but they're like, we don't like his accent. Throw him in the back creature feature, give him $50,000 to make the movie.
Yeah, well, Universal was one of these things where, because he did Dracula, which because he'd done that in stage, like in the 20s, 1920, 21, and ended up doing it for Universal in 1931 for the movie. It was one of these. It wasn't 1931. What was it? 1932, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Dracula.
Yep.
No, it was 31.
Yeah, it's 31.
Yeah, I'm getting. Oh, hang on. Zombie. Tasty.
There you go.
Yeah, but he wasn't even the first choice for that. You would think he would be because he'd done it on the stage and done it so well.
Right. It was going to go to Harrison Ford, but passed on him.
Yeah, indeed. They passed on him. It was going to be Lon Chaney, but he died. Unfortunately, yeah. I don't think he would have been quite right for it either, to be honest.
Well, at least I don't know. He would have probably had some crazy makeup, but I mean, at least he got to go out doing a remake of another movie that he'd done, The Unholy Three.
Yeah.
It was his last movie, but it was his first talkie, I think, and kind of silent film died with him for the most part.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think Dillard's been a bit too harsh on Bela Lugosi there in the chat. He did have a sense of humour, and I think that you can see that in Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. You can't see it quite so much in the British one he did, which was Mother Riley Meets the Vampire, a movie he made, which was meant to be a comedy, and I don't know. It's not very funny.
Well, I think like having the sciatica and stuff, and then getting addicted to medical stuff. I mean, that wouldn't develop a huge sense of humor, or maybe you need it to get through. But I noticed in Dracula, his or Abbott and Costello, his accent had greatly diminished.
Yeah,
much better speaking English at that point. Of course.
Yeah, I think it was one of these things where.
Of course, that was his last big picture, his last A picture.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of these things where he played on the accent, especially for the lower kind of like Z grade movies that he was in. He played on it because he was really pretty good when he was given just a role to do. He's in the Notchka, like just a small part in that. He's brilliant in it. Just.
Well, he was pretty much forgotten for a little while, and then there was a revival of Dracula and Frankenstein in this tiny little theater. He made an appearance there, and then it got a huge response, so Universal brought it back themselves.
Yeah.
And, kind of extended the lifeline to him for a little while. Gave him a few more movies, because it's like, oh, shoot, people still like him. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Frankenstein when he turned it down was originally he was up for he wanted to play the, Victor Frankenstein,
yep.
Dr. Frankenstein, and that was the idea, but the studio scuppered that because they're like, no, you've played the monster, so you now play the monster in this, typical narrow-minded studio decisions, which they're still like that today. So of course I think he was quite right in not playing it because I don't think it would have been the same for his career if he had played the monster. It might have been, but I think it maybe was the right decision. But it's the way he was treated after making that decision that kind of was detrimental to his career at Universal.
Well, it certainly didn't help that he was alive and well during the time of the contracts, because it's not like now where you do a horror movie, you do really well. So then what do? You go out and do an action and a romantic comedy just so you don't get typecast. And then go back to maybe do another horror for like some big acclaim. Back then it was just like, oh, that did good. You're a horror actor now. You're going to be in all our horror pictures.
Yeah.
That's how we say.
By all accounts, he was pretty versatile in Romania because he was a school dropout. He wanted to be an actor. I should be an actor against his father's wishes and the family's wishes. Totally going to Adams. Yeah, we're going to. Yeah, but he was kind of like James Dean of his day, kind of rebel with a cause. But Adam's got a good point. What's actually happening on screen? What are we watching?
Well, right now,
good hair. Got to say that's kind of sort of Byronic sort of hair there, isn't it?
Did you say bionic hair?
No, Byronic, like Lord Byron. Bionic hair.
Go gadget hair. He might have been treated better in the UK.
Yeah.
Of course, at the same time, I'd heard an account that that whenever Boris Karloff had tea, stopped at a certain time for tea, it annoyed the crap out of him because he wanted to keep working.
Yeah, I mean, they made a few films together. What was it, 4, 5 films they made together?
At least 5.
Yeah, but with Black Cat.
The Black Cat,
Body Snatcher are by far the best. Those two are the best.
The Raven, Invisible Ray, Black Friday,
Invisible Ray,
Son of Frankenstein.
Yeah. Son of Frankenstein, of course. He was terrific. Igor, I think, that's my favourite character of his in Son of Frankenstein. Good. It's when he taps his neck and it's like he's knocking wood. It's terrific.
Right. I loved him in that role.
Yeah. Although, you know that I like the Wolfman. And again, he's got the brilliant sort of like scene in the Wolfman as a gypsy, like looking at the hands, telling the fortunes, and he sees a pentagram on them, that kind of stuff.
His blink and you miss it scene.
Yeah, your left hand shows your past, your right hand shows your future, and then again he freaks out. Get out, get out. It's really good.
I can see the producers now. We need a gypsy. Who do we know that's got an accent?
Yeah. Well, he played everything. He played like Indians or like Native Americans. He played anything really that they thought was exotic. Sheiks. He played a lot of sheiks and stuff.
Quite a few of those Native Americans back then. If they weren't Native Americans, they were more than likely Italians. I want to say that. No, I mean I want to say that one guy, the if I remember right, I could be misremembering, but if I remember right, that Indian, like when somebody throws some trash and he like tears up on the side of the road. I want to say that was an Italian actor.
Yeah. This has still got that kind of quality when you've gone from the silent age, hasn't it, the talkie? As if people were not
almost all of these stage actors still. So
yeah, they're not quite naturalistic. Although he's not bad.
Oh man. Jacobus thought you said you like the MILF Man. That's a totally different movie, not the Wolf Man.
That's
totally different movie.
Yeah, that's for one of the Team Dark streams when we start them up again. That's another late night stream. That one was Jacobus.
My goodness, I'm blushing.
Whoa, that's
What?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good reveal.
Yeah,
I like
that. Have done that. There's another zombie connection with this as well, because I mentioned earlier Mother Riley Meets the Vampire. It was a film he made in England. It was directed by John Gilling, who made Plague of the Zombies. Yeah, I like these wee things like that. You connect them that way.
That last shot had a very Metropolis feel.
Yeah,
it did.
There's that kind of a
rhythm to the whole thing.
German expressionist feel.
Mm-hmm.
Rhythm, that's a good one, because I had watched this before, because I thought we're not really going to see it properly tonight, because no doubt you guys will talk all the way through it. But rhythm is right, because the film does have a kind of a good rhythm, the way that it kind of builds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. I wonder if John Milius thought about this when he was doing the opening of Conan.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I was going to say he fell. Oops. Do you think so?
Probably not, but you never know. Big film buff. Could very well.
It's a heck of a cult movie.
It's a nice visual image of them all on the... Well, I thought we were alone in the cinema. Obviously not.
Who there? Oh, Nosferatu. What are you doing here? Gone.
Yeah. He's just jealous because we've not done his movie yet.
He probably snuck in to this one. Paid for I don't know. Paid for something else and walked in here.
Follies 1932.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that.
That'd be a good bet, actually, watch one of those Follies movies, but they probably all still get copyright on them.
Yeah, it's tricky. Even when it's in public domain, you keep on getting strikes.
That's a good call. It might well have inspired Temple of Doom. It's got that feel to it as well, doesn't it? Indeed.
That facial hair.
I think Lugosi had this weird way of actually being quite natural with his theatricality, you know?
I think he was aware where the camera was, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks very much like a 1930s villain there.
Yeah, he was definitely the one that popularized the widow's peak on the hair, wasn't he?
Mm.
It's like every comic book villain ever created through the 30s and 40s had that.
Well, I mean, Dracula with an accent was mimicking him.
Exactly.
Anytime you saw Scooby-Doo, anytime you saw any of that.
I like the big cat head on the table.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps changing. You notice that? Looking one way and looking another.
It's for pouring cats up. Time for another drink.
Hang on a minute. Get my zombie. It's good stuff, that.
Here they're talking about his Netflix deal, I gotta imagine.
Yeah. I got a couple of reviews from the time, the typical snooty reviewers of the time. One of them says it rates with the best of this type of film.
What does that mean?
It means it's for trash. It's good trash. I think that's what they mean. They were very snooty about horror films. Another one is it's not up to the standards of Dracula or Frankenstein, but the types of audience that go for horror pictures will enjoy it. So low life like something. Us, I suppose.
That's like saying it ain't Nightmare on Elm Street, but if you like people getting stabbed, it'll do.
Yeah. Dillard, if you're not wanting dad jokes, you're in the wrong place.
Which is funny because I'm not a dad.
Yeah, me neither.
Hold on now. Is this like a protest? He says, let's have that real commentary, and everybody goes quiet. Mm-hmm. So who are we looking here? Who are we looking at here? Is that...
That's a good film.
Is that Robert Fraser? No, Robert Brown. No, that is. I think that's Robert Fraser, who has done some 224 shorts here, according to this, films in 1910. So he was a silent film star too. Right there, playing the plantation owner.
Yeah, because he's got that look, hasn't he? The sort of like the leading man look.
Hey, Bright Red Rocket.
Yeah, baby red. That would freak you out, though.
He's requesting a shrubbery at this point, I believe.
He looks like he's going to hypnotize everything in the room, doesn't he?
He looks like that guy you try to talk to, but he's too dang serious. Like,
yeah.
You're just like, hey, it's just a joke. He's just staring at you the whole time.
Yeah, you're in the bar and you've got the pet. You turn around, you see him, and then you think about it, and then you go, nah, and you just turn away.
He's probably mad at him for wearing a cape.
Exactly. Now this is pre-code, so
gonna see some stuff.
Yeah, going to see some stuff like that.
Like that.
Shocking. Come on, Nos. Come on.
I thought I got the last friggin' popcorn. I thought he paid for it.
I doubt it.
Call the exterminator. Just shove it on the. Yeah, that's what you do. It wasn't me. Put it down and walk away.
That's got to be a rug in his head, hasn't it?
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Angie B says, strange that Jack Pierce didn't just get as much press for Murder Legend. I think it's a great look.
Yeah, I think with Jack Pierce, it was all about the promotion that you could get from Universal, wasn't it? That's what they pushed. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wonder. I feel like this is a little more accepted now today than it was back then, because it's got itself a following now.
Yeah, I think I had a in my brain. I thought, oh, this must be in Danny Peary's cult movie books, and I went and had a look, and it wasn't. And I just always remember that it was. So it was weird that it wasn't, because I'm pretty sure it did have a bit of a cult following back in the 70s. When I was a kid, because I just remember seeing it in magazines and so on.
They show it on TV. Looks like great TV fodder.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it was.
Because I saw it on like a late night, like where you have the horror host type person introducing it, hitting the commercial breaks and stuff.
That's a good call. Razorhead Barnett. It does look more real when you get a close-up, though. Maybe it's just a print. Just looks like he's been dragged through a hedge.
I wonder what color the makeup was. Red, maybe?
I think everything that came after this, like through the 40s and 50s, was hugely influenced by this film as far as zombies and voodoo is concerned. I think all those EC comics that we've been reading as well, you can see that in them.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I don't remember them making an incredible amount of zombies until, like, Night of the Living Dead.
Well, there was Plague of the Zombies by Hammer. There was a sequel to this.
Yeah, there was a few.
Revolt of the Zombies, I think it was. Which I've never seen. I need to rectify that. I've never seen it.
Vulture, son. That's a great look.
It is.
That's very silent film acting right there.
Yeah. But he is more natural with it.
Ever reviewed the Coffin Joe stuff?
Oh, no, that's a good call. Yeah, we might get onto that.
I have no idea what you're talking about there.
Ah, right, yeah. No, that's something. I think that's maybe worth a look. And after last week's show, we're kind of more, I don't know, we're looking at some slightly strange stuff. And Coffin Joe is pretty strange.
It sounds it. So there's what about a guy with like bronchitis?
Yes, it's a guy with a top hat. The South American, Brazilian, something like that. I think I can't remember. It's been a few years since I saw them. But yeah, I'm good. Yeah, you've now got me interested in that again, Adams. I'm going to have to revisit them.
If I remember right, this is a movie where Bellany, they criticized her voice, and she said she lost her voice, and another lady dubbed over her, which was proved to be false. She's had a weak voice. It was one of the movies she did. I wanted to say it was this one. What's in that drink? Yeah, unfortunately, she died pretty much alone. She was broke most of the 60s and 50s and 60s, and then she sold some like real estate and stuff like that, and that kind of floated her in relative comfort until she died in 1990.
Yeah. No, she lived to fair age, yeah.
1899 to 1990, 90 years about.
Yeah.
Lugosi.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
I was thinking like he goes like the extra mile to light a candle.
Last week we had Pam Grier stabbing a wax Blackula. This week,
oh yeah, I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, this week we've got a melting one.
It's a voodoo twofer.
It is. If we planned these, it wouldn't be half as good.
Yeah, we wouldn't get to be surprised either.
I know.
Look at that focus, just trying to keep up.
You can imagine people in 1932 just sitting back in their chairs and cowering in the cinema.
Oh, I kind of wonder how this was carried out back then. Like if it was really scary, or if people were just like, that's not a bad movie.
I think it probably would have been scary because you just got it's kind of hard to do it, to put yourself back in a place like that. But if you can think about when you were like 8 or 9 and watching some of these things on TV, you know, and every now and then an old movie like this, if you're watching it on your own, there's moments in it where you're seeing something for the first time. So even some of these zombies, if it's the first time you've seen something like that, I'm pretty sure people were creeped out by it.
Back before we were dead inside and we could just watch someone get ripped to shreds and go, that looked fake.
Yeah, that's it. Now we just a new TV show starts and it's a romantic comedy show and it usually starts with somebody getting shot in the head and we're just used to it.
Yeah. A little desensitized.
Yeah.
Screw that chair.
This is very much like an EC story now, isn't it?
Very silent movie acting here too. He realized he was in this movie.
Good use of the shadows to make it look as if it's a busier, more bustling place than it actually is.
Made him stand out too. That worked with the white suit and stuff. Oh, who'd he grab? Oh, just himself, the shadow.
Yeah.
I like the like you can see the director's definitely framing things deliberately.
Yes.
Which works really well. It's not always like that.
Yeah, no, that's a really well done scene. I mean, it's melodrama, but it's well done. It's good melodrama. Now, I get that. I watched this and I thought this looks an awful lot like the wee makeshift graveyard in Count Yorga.
So
You know?
usually it was like a parking lot or something. They could put this
Yeah,
together.
like it was just like a wee hillock, maybe some makeshift crosses in it.
I do believe most of this was shot on Universal Studios.
Yeah. This was a still image I always remember in the books that I bought when I was a kid, or the horror books about
It
movies.
was like a promotional.
Yeah, it was a shot. It was a guy there at the front. It was always a shot of him.
So is this one of those movies? Would you say, since did you see the pictures before you saw the book or the movie?
Oh yeah. I would have seen the pictures before.
Now is this one of those movies that, like, you see the pictures, kind of like Curse of the Werewolf, where you see the pictures and you say that looks great, and then you watch it and it's like totally not reflective of the pictures that they showed because those are promotional?
I mean, look at that face. What you've seen that in print, and then that's exactly what you expected to be on the screen.
NGB says Martinelli.
Usually, but just these films are usually just about 70 minutes. Martinelli. Yeah. Fill us in, Angie. You know more than us.
I want to say that this was, I mean, like, it was still around the time studios owned their theaters. So the thing is, like, if it didn't do very well, it would only be in there a week or two before they got the next one up.
Yeah.
And replace this one. That's what happened to Wizard of Oz. I think that happened to King Kong too, where it's just like, it did really great, but we got a new movie to push.
Oh, there you go. There's the answer. Who shot this one? And it's Martinelli. Yeah. Right. Next time we do a movie like this, we're getting Angie on with us. Right, Angie, you up for that? It looks great. It does look really good.
Based on The Magic Island by William Seabrook. Directed by Victor Halperin.
Yeah, I was like, he made a few that sound really interesting. And again, it's not a route I went down. I didn't kind of like see any of his other movies, but looking at them and seeing the titles of them, and after this, it was like a Supernatural. I do believe I've seen that. I Conquer the Sea, Revolt of the Zombies, Racing Blood, Nation of Flame, Buried Alive, Torture Ship. There you go. Girls Town. They all sound good to me.
Are they zombies? They just all have a prostate checkup. Well, the process of making zombies is a very mysterious one. We don't give away all the secrets.
Exactly. Yeah. And even before the Hays Code, there's certain things I just couldn't show.
You can either drink the potion or you can take it suppository. Let your voodoo witch doctor know if you're allergic to lavender before. That hat. That's the second comment. People love that hat.
Yeah, I love the hat. He was brilliant with like the whole kind of like the idea of the prop or the suit as well, because the way he used the cape and always had the cape.
Yeah, probably some stage training that put that in there. Like flinging it around when he exited or something like that.
I was watching an interview with Christopher Lee a while back, and he was talking about how he had a ring made that was like Bela Lugosi's ring that he wore it for the Dracula movies. So as a wee nod, tip of the hat. Because I think I remember seeing that a wee while back. He was going to say that.
Are you getting sound?
Yeah, is no one else getting the sound?
No.
That is weird because I've got sound shared on it.
That's odd.
That's
it's
really
coming
odd.
through. I thought that was intentional, kind of keeping it quiet.
No, it's quiet, but you guys should be hearing it because there's the option on StreamYard to share sound on Chrome, and I've done that, but it's not sharing.
Wait,
So
hold
there
a
you
second.
go.
Yeah, I'm hearing anything. It's a silent
No.
movie.
Yeah, we'll just keep talking then. Because I'm not going to stop it and try that.
I
I
was
need to restart
thinking you
or
were
something.
like, oh, like so you're just doing that so we can talk, but they can't hear the movie.
No, it's just it's just StreamYard hasn't shared the sound, and I went to
Adams
Chrome
he's thinking he's got the audio on another set of speakers, so he's
right, cool, yeah.
okay.
Sorry about that, guys. That's
I thought that was an intentional thing.
Yeah, no, it wasn't because I had it all set up and I'd shared sound, yeah, and yeah, that is really weird because
you won't get copyright struck for sound.
That's right, we won't get copyright struck for sound. Yeah,
tell you next time we got to do an actual silent movie.
Yeah, next time we will do. I know we should just have kept. If only I hadn't said that out loud, but we kept stewing, and you would all have thought it was done on purpose.
I mean, it
no,
is. It was testing
meant to be playing low. It actually is playing low, but for whatever reason, I have just updated my macOS the other day, and lots of weird things are happening with the streaming. So yeah, and I did. I went right in and I clicked on share sound on Chrome. It's not sharing it. Oh well.
How dare!
How dare!
That's okay.
It's just as well there's two loud moves in the cinema, just talking all the way through it anyway, isn't it?
I was just looking at my cell phone. The brightness is on maximum.
Oh dear. But you're right, that will help with it. Because we already had like 3 copyright claims on this, guys. Just the video that I put up that we're watching. So we'll get them on this too. I know. Cheeky people.
What do they think this is? Dracula in Istanbul?
Dracula in Istanbul. Yeah, they do. It's like there's a lot more to these old movies than people think. Definitely. Yeah, see, Adams is clued up on these watch-alongs because usually that's how it's done. You get yourself your own copy, you turn it on, don't you? And then everybody watches it.
Well, that's how they do those riff tracks.
Yeah. We'll just do that next time. We'll just on purpose. I won't put the sound on next time.
It'll be like a drive-in movie.
Exactly. Yeah. I was only ever at one drive-in movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we don't have them over here. So it was when I was in America.
Oh, yeah.
And it was Popeye.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. But it's hard enough to make out what you see in that movie, let alone at a drive-in.
Well, I sat out in the car with my phone one time on the dash, and I plugged it into the car so I could hear it from my speakers, and that's as close as I've gotten.
Yeah.
Next time I'll put it in a Kleenex box so it looks like I'm in the theater. Draw some little seats in there.
Yeah. It's an experience of driving, but I think it's the kind of thing you kind of need to be a high school kid or a college student to appreciate them.
Why, going by yourself now is just sad? Sitting there in a car by yourself?
Just sit, exactly, watching the revival of Popeye.
Box of peanut M&Ms or something. Watching Popeye. Yeah. So it's come to this. Just thinking about all the steps in your life that led you to this moment.
I am what I am.
That's the chair my friend owns, Pete.
Oh, really? The original? Wow. Or a version of. I don't have any kind of movie props of that. Do you, Statto?
Movie props?
Yeah, or recreations or
like that. I got a couple of like small, like pared down scale things. I got like a Captain America, like small scale shield. A couple other small things. Nothing like amazing. 2-inch hoverboard from Back to the Future.
That's brilliant. We've got Adams is doing a running commentary at the bottom of the screen there. So some nice map paintings in this, isn't there?
Paul D and Dan, that's his name. That's his official name, Baldy.
That is Baldy and Don Johnson. That's exactly what it is.
It's also in House of Fear. Interesting. How do you take on a death cult? I mean, like, I suppose if you shoot them, you've given them what they want.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a win-win for the death cult.
Come at them with some ether. Put them all, like, down, knock them out. Jean-Claude Van Damme style. Yeah, I like the sets on this movie.
Yeah, it's really nice.
How come she doesn't have all that weird makeup? Oh, she's probably not been zombie that long.
She's not fully zombified yet. That must be it. That's the technical video term, fully zombified.
Or she just didn't want it.
Houdini vibes there, yeah. I doubt very much that's what she's playing.
I was thinking chopsticks.
It would be nice, though.
This is like that move where you yawn to put your hand around her shoulder. This guy's on another level.
Yeah, totally. It's with Beer and Rock was young, yeah.
Did he put that on there so he could steal it? She's not going to notice. She didn't like it anyways. It's cubic.
No, not at all.
She's seen shot glasses cut better than that.
I like this guy. I'm going to have to watch more stuff he was in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I like him. It's like, I think he should have a drink in his hand for every scene he's in, but apart from that.
Was that John Harnan or Harron? It's Neil Parker, I believe.
I don't know. I don't know.
I believe that's who it is. The love interest.
Yes, he's telling her about the dreaded Tatty Bogleman and she doesn't give a hit.
For shame.
Tatty Bogleman. Sign up for the Tatty Bogleman on the link below to Terrier Comics. Thank you very much.
That's a cool shot.
That is.
So is this YouTube video or is this on archive.org? Where'd you find this?
I found this one was on a YouTube video that I think was using the one that was in archive.org. Right?
Okay.
The same print. I thought that's the safest print to use. And so I downloaded it and uploaded it myself with a nice wee overlay. And somehow Nosferatu managed to pop in.
That's
but
best place to find it if you should wish to watch this without us talking.
Yeah, I don't want to just watch somebody else's video, so I can, upload it, and then you get hit with all the copyright claims for people that have already done that themselves.
Yeah.
It's very annoying. Now,
well, none of these go perfect. That's why we do them every year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, Dracula in Istanbul did all right, though. It did. This is more interesting to watch because even with no sound, there's stuff happening in it.
Did we have sound in Dracula in Istanbul? I don't remember.
We had subtitles.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and shovels.
It's too bad there weren't subtitles here.
Yeah. I couldn't get them to work.
Oh.
I thought I had the sound working, but, computers say no.
Darn those Macs. Even he's unhappy.
Yeah, it's definitely a look, that beard, isn't it? Definitely a look.
This is kind of sad though. This wasn't even that far into his movie career that he was starting to do these like in the back of their head B movie pictures.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like,
because this only cost $50,000 to make.
Yeah, it's one of these weird things, because for Dracula, I only get paid something like $500 a week. It was $3,500 he got for Dracula, and that was it. And it was a huge hit, and it kept being re-released year after year. You know, yeah. And then, because at the end of his days, it was like all he could really get is Ed Wood came along, playing Glenda and Bride of the Monster and Plan 9. Of course, he's in Also Dark. He makes an appearance in issue 2 of Also Dark and Bride of the Monster.
Yeah, it's too bad. He's got an expressive face. I kind of wonder how he, excuse me, I wonder how he would have done the comedy, because I know he wanted to do some comedy, but they were just like, go pound sand. We're not going to get.
I think he'd have done well. It's like there's one thing he was in as a short. Oh God, what were they called again?
He got paid $800 for this movie.
Wow.
Thanks, Angie.
Yeah, cheers. He's like he's giving it his all.
Well, he always did.
Regardless of how little he's getting paid.
Uh-oh. Dude looks like somebody that would have warned Jonathan Harker or whoever, like, not to go up to Castle Dracula. But yeah, he had a heck of a go of it, from what I researched and read. Like, even these movies where he got the lead role, he still got second billing. The Raven and
I think my favourite's The Black Cat with him and Lugosi. The Black Cat and The Body Snatcher are probably my favourites of his performances. Jinx.
Is that a dummy actor? Because they need jobs too.
Indeed.
See, he got himself some coke.
Yep, I should have put a coke ad at the start. There's loads of screaming going on right now. You cannot hear, like proper screaming. Yep, there you go.
He's sitting there wondering why a bird's exposing himself in the window.
And screaming.
That's my cameo.
Indeed. That's evil Statto.
Statistical Nero.
I thought it was the Cannon Boys for a minute there. But it's not.
Scouting another location.
Indeed. Yeah. We will be doing another Cannon special in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We'll be doing the Toby Hooper Cannon special in 2 weeks' time, I think.
For sure.
So just be heads up, if you guys want to watch Life Force, if you haven't seen it in a while, get that watched.
Oh, geez.
And Invaders from Mars and Texas Chainsaw 2, because we'll be covering them all.
Interesting set of movies.
It is indeed. It is. That was some good. It's hot out here acting with a helmet or the hat, wasn't it?
I gotta wonder how those horses feel crowded together so hard.
Yeah, the one in the middle is not looking happy.
Get the shot.
Yeah, not looking happy.
Dude looks like he's gonna go steal something from Indiana Jones.
This looks like an actual.
Belak.
This looks like it. Is this a set or is that an actual location?
It looks like a location.
Yeah, because I think there's not been much in the way of location shooting in this, is there? It's all been sets.
Mm. I'm guessing this is going to end abruptly.
Film's
He's going to fall off his cliff, off a cliff or something, and it's going to say the end.
the 30s, the 40s, and the 70s. That's when movies just ended.
Mm-hmm. I've come to refer to that as the werewolf ending. Like the guy gets shot, and then it just says the end. There's no like what happened after. It's over.
The end. Yep.
It's like nobody all werewolf cares. Movies.
Yep. Nobody cares about anybody other than the werewolf.
Right.
Guy's supposed to have, but he doesn't have it. Yeah.
Back in the day, any weird way of talking worked.
That's a great shot, that, isn't it?
I like that.
That's proper Games of Thrones stuff, that.
All castles were built on cliffs, I guess, back in the day.
Yeah.
Just got done with the whole Domino's pizza.
Yeah. This is like the silence before everything, the calm before the storm. Yeah, it's more screeching, screaming, screeching going on here. Yep.
There's more screaming?
Yep.
I do what I can.
Take the vampire. Yeah. He made a movie called Return of the Vampire. I remember seeing it when I was a kid on the BBC's kind of like double bill, horror double bills.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a really good wee film. Essentially, it's playing Dracula again, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a remake of London After Midnight.
Yeah.
Which, if it's any indication, if that movie is pretty much the same as London After Midnight, I would go ahead and guess that the movie that was made was probably, I mean, I don't know that it would disappoint people. You know what I mean? Like, they'd watch it and they go, oh, it's cool. I got to see this movie I thought was lost, but
yeah.
I mean, he was faking it the whole time.
Yeah, that's always.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that it's the fact that they can't have it.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Scooby-Doo ending.
I feel like if it were made, it would end up in just some random Lon Chaney pack. Just kind of, oh, here's He Who Laughs and London After Midnight.
Yeah, you're right there. Bright Red Rocket. And if you're going to do the swipes, you do them properly. You don't do them fancy. Just do them like that. You know, just well, that's nice, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Good stuff.
Nice dissolve. That's a cool shot. Tripping again.
He is indeed. He's been having some of that coke.
Oh, I like that. Kind of worked well with our theater setting.
And if you could hear it, the sound design's pretty good in this scene as well.
Yeah, if we could hear it.
If you could hear it. Yeah, I did click the sheer sound. It just hasn't done it.
That's weird.
That's weird. This is where I'd be stopped this and when the show's over and I realise I didn't, but I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah.
Thankfully, it's easy to find, though.
It's kind of like that.
However, I'm certain that anybody that's a fan of Bela Lugosi's probably already seen it at some point.
Yeah, they've probably got like I'm sure somebody's got a tidied up version on Blu-ray.
Oh, I'm sure. If nothing else, just a sharpened version from those companies that release like 10 movies for $5 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean this doesn't look too bad because I shrunk it down again as well, so it's a bit sharper looking. But full screen it is a bit fuzzy. It's a
Because
bit,
that's typically all they do is just up the sharpness if they're
yeah,
not restoring it.
yeah.
Nice bit of humming in the background. Sorry you're missing out. Ah, gotta love that audio.
Well, you got to love the old Alan Quatermain kind of outfits and boots and jodhpurs. You know, there's not enough of that in movies these days.
Yeah. More castles should be built with a murder pit.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was to, like, dump your outhouse contents or something.
From Son of Kong. He was dead busy around at this time as well, because this is when he did Dr. Moreau, wasn't it? Island of Lost Souls. That was about 32 as well. 31, 32.
Well, I mean, the studio is at this time he still had a pretty decent name, so the studio is keeping him kind of busy on these B pictures.
Yeah, but they're all different studios as well. The thing is, they're so different and kind of iconic for him as well, as far as like 30s horror movies go.
Yeah, 32 was he had Murders in Rue Morgue, White Zombie, then Shandu the Magician, The Death Kiss, and Island of the Lost Souls. Those were his that was his 32 output.
The Death Kiss, that was when it was on my list to watch, actually. So next year we might watch that.
He did pretty consistently about 5 movies a year in the 30s.
Yeah. I was watching
34 and 35, he did like 4 movies. 35, he did 5. Yeah, it was pretty consistent for a few years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do 3 to 5 movies a year for up until around the 40s when his career started to go down.
He didn't make that many with Boris Karloff, but there's that kind of perception that he did, I think, in people's minds, because they were always promoted, by Universal.
Oh yeah, the Universal monsters and Universal. He was a Universal star for the most part.
Again, just like basic set, but really well lit, looking good. And like Pete was pointing out, not all your static cameras, lots of moving cameras and stuff happening in this.
Do you suppose something's going to happen with that?
I would hope so.
I mean, keep on looking back to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like in a kung fu movie where a guy's got nunchucks and you're like, he's going to use them. He's going to use them. If he doesn't, you're really disappointed.
Nice set.
That is a nice set, that.
Oh, I thought he was like using chopsticks to eat something or whatever. Like,
no, he's always whittling away at his wax.
Well, it's not any different than sitting on a porch and whittling wood.
Not really.
Sitting in a rocking chair. It's got to be a heck to heat that thing, though.
Yeah. Luckily, I think they're a warm climate, so, The eyebrows are odd in this. That's a kind of strange look. I mean, it works, but it is almost like a monobrow.
Well, if you can't make plan A work, make plan work.
Yeah.
I wonder if people looked away from the screen like, I don't want him hypnotizing me.
Yeah, there's a good chance that people did.
It's probably, it's like when you're watching Candyman or something and they're doing the thing in the mirror and you kind of like plug your ears or something just so you're not part of it.
Oh, don't want to watch this, but I can't help it. It's kind of the first time people saw the Great Train Robbery and they thought the train was going to come out the screen.
Yeah. The first jump scare is some dude firing a gun at the camera. Very flowy.
Yeah. Walking was an art form in cinema back then. Definitely was.
Go back to his whittling. Oh. Good catch. I was just on the way to do that.
Yep. They're being persistent.
It's the first time I think I've seen that.
Yeah. Can you get that one? He's not letting me do it.
Which, oh, yeah, I can get that. Remove. Report.
Adams.
And
No.
Gone. Oh, yeah, let me get this too. There you go.
Did you get it? Cool.
I got it.
Yeah. Well, that was exciting.
It was.
Yeah, we lost track of the movie now. We were concentrating on the chat.
The kind of things a Bela Lugosi movie will attract. I can't believe
it. It might be too late for that bright red. Yeah.
It's time to stab him. That's all it takes, man. He's about to sing some mad opera.
Funny you should say that. I was beginning to get a wee bit of kind of Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd vibe for that music.
Adams. Dialogue, just stabbing. She's going to get
like an entire silent reel, this, isn't it?
She's going to get that tracheotomy. Oh. Interesting way to visualize that. Just taking a look at the performances. Yeah.
I wonder if they've used any of the shots in this and other things. They must have done, because they always reused stuff over and over again.
I'm sure they reused assets from other stuff. Of course they did.
Yeah. You've been hypnotized, Adams.
Whoops.
Oops, here we go.
Tackle her. He's asking her if she wants to renew her auto insurance. That's how scam calls went back then.
Oh, here we go.
does have a very silent movie
It
style
does. I mean,
base.
apart from it, you're not missing much of the dialogue now. It's,
Oh boy.
he's just asking them, who are you and what are they? I think
Slap
Adams
him
is,
across his face when he's in
yeah,
the
Adams is right. It's like, yeah, he should have probably thought about that.
Yeah, get that piece out.
Oh yeah, indeed. I'm gonna have to watch this again. This is good.
Well, all 9 of them.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I would have shot Bela Lugosi. There you go.
And there you go. She's back.
Lemmings, every one of them.
I'm just finishing off my not quite a zombie. It's
Mm-hmm.
tasty.
Push that old dude over.
It's the old. There you go.
It's a little thing we like to call no witnesses.
Yep. Real life Betty Boop. There was a comedy skit he did with actress doing the Betty Boop and something that I watched recently where he goes, you have booped your last boop before biting her neck.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I like the way he walks away, almost like nothing to see here.
Mm-hmm. His time is done. Last monologue.
Oh, good shadow in the wall there.
That's right. Back him into a corner and breathe on his glasses. It just does nothing. Oh.
Here he comes.
It's a great shot.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
See,
if this was after the Hays Code, you would not have seen the body hitting the ground like that.
Right.
Doing that thing again with the light comes on the face.
Mm-hmm.
It worked on him, it's working on her. He just said, excuse me, please, have you got a match? That was a little comedy coda at the end of the movie.
All that. Wait, just ask that.
Perfectly fine with seeing two people vulture or a zombies fall to their deaths. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that was probably better than Dracula in Istanbul.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Definitely. Oh, hang on a minute, I can't see you. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So I can't be mad at you for that one.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's good. I quite enjoyed that.
I can still be mad at you for Dracula in Istanbul.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Black
we even
mark
talked
on the
about
record.
Bela Lugosi for a bit, like we said we would.
Yeah.
At least what we knew. Yeah. It probably worked better than nobody could get the sound, I think.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you'd had an overlapping sound.
Yeah, next time I'll make sure I don't share the sound.
Got to do a silent movie.
Cheers, Adams.
Next year is Dracula or Nosferatu's 100th anniversary.
I know. I was thinking about Nosferatu, you know, because he did appear tonight.
He did. House on Haunted Hill. Great stuff.
Well, we are actually going to do House on Haunted Hill some night, and we will have to make sure the sound's working for that one, I think.
Yeah, it's got a higher price to it.
Yeah. That's on our list. We'll try and do this more frequently, not just one every year.
Of course, you're talking about the one that came out in the 90s, right?
No.
Okay.
I didn't
Me
mind.
too.
Didn't mind that one, but no, there really is only one, which is why I use it at the beginning of the Eels of Dark trailer. But yeah, I think but there's a good chance that we'll come a bit more up to date, as in the 50s next time we do this.
Oh, you got some public domain stuff from the 50s?
Yeah, well, House on Haunted Hill is one of them.
Oh, I suppose it is.
Yeah, so I think we might do that. There's a few. Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine as well. Sequel was a bit odd, but
choose your own adventure.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of that in films. I like it in books and comics, but never been a big fan of it.
Well, I think they had a way to shut that off, so you just watch the certain movie that they shot too.
Yeah.
On the DVD.
yeah. You don't come here for this. You come here for the banter and the chat So but I'll need to get one as well. I don't have a single copy of that. So yeah, I think I need to get myself a Blu-ray. The White Zombie now.
Who put it
out?
Find
one that's got all the bells and whistles.
Oh, I wonder if anybody put that'd be like a nice Scream Factory or something like that. But
yeah, it's like I can't just say that. I think Eureka or something or Arrow. If they do one over here, that'd be great.
Oh, I suppose that's like your version of Scream Factory, right? You take like the cult movies or whatever, and they restore them and make them nice.
Yeah. Eureka did some nice.
Kino
ones recently.
Kino put it out.
Kino, yeah, they're always region locked. Kino,
are they? Are they?
Yeah, I'm going to have to buy it. I'm going to have to buy an unlocked Blu-ray player. I'm going to have to do that. Oh.
Country of Origin, Kino Lorber Films. I didn't think so. I thought they were an international company, but
no, all the ones out in North America are region locked because quite a few of them get released by different labels over here.
Okay.
So yeah. Jesse James meets Frankenstein's daughter. Are you up for? We could do an AIP double bill kind of thing. Probably not with AIP because they will not be in public domain.
You get struck for that, yeah.
Yeah, but a similar type thing. We could find similar type movies like that and do an AIP double bill and make a night of it some night.
Maybe.
Yeah.
With sound, actually watch the movie some.
Yeah, maybe do that. I worked fine for that one though.
Yeah,
for the first half of it, we just didn't show up anyway. Somebody just get this on disc and we're sorted. Right. So yeah, that was it then. That was Wullie and Statto at the movies this week. We watched White Zombie, the silent version. We were joined in the chat by all you guys, which was great.
Thanks.
A lot of faces that we've seen before and some new faces. Angie, thanks for joining us. I've got a funny feeling you should have been on here. You think you know more about Bela Lugosi than we do. Yeah, thanks, Angie, Pete, Adams, Bright Red Rocket, Webcam HD XYZ girls. Seriously, what was that about? Yeah, and Michael McCartney.
Indeed.
Jacobus, you were here a while. And Dillard. Thanks, guys, if you're still about. Bastoli and Dave. We'll be back next week, and we're just going to do kind of a Team Dark stream, but it'll be PG-13 at this time of day, and we're going to be just chewing the fat and talking about films. So there'll be no real kind of like theme. So come here with your, I don't know, fave movies, and we'll just talk about them. And we'll be back again in 2 weeks' time with the Toby Hooper Canon special. Okay. So cheers, guys, and I see the webcam HD girls are back when you get rid of them. Okay. So yeah, cheers, Pete. Cheers, Angie. Cheers, Adams. Cheers, everybody. You take care. Everybody. Have a good night, afternoon, or whatever it is, wherever you are.
You have seen this incident based on sworn testimony. Can you prove that it didn't happen? Perhaps on your way home, someone will pass you in the dark, and you will never know it, for they will be from outer space. Many scientists believe that another world is watching us this moment. We once laughed at the horseless carriage, the airplane, the telephone, the electric light, vitamins, radio, and even television. And now some of us laugh at outer space. God help us in the future.